Okay. Good evening, everyone. There might be more people coming in as we start tonight's session. I'm Marlene Burden from Life, also South African partner for LearnWorlds, an all-inclusive LMS website, sales and marketing, financial accounting system. So all in one for those of you who are attending. You are here to learn about the course building. So tonight's webinar will be a demonstration that you will be watching directly from LearnWorlds, and Fereniki is the presenter's name. She will be taking you through Course Building 101. So to demonstrate and showcase the abilities of LearnWorlds while you are creating a course. So I have two faces that were attending last week as well. Maybe if we could just have a quick word on your experience the past week, on your LearnWorlds. Have you played with it? Have you downloaded the free trial yet? Or have you spent time just revisiting the recording that we did last week? And then we have a new face this week. Mayuri, welcome. Please remind me, but I think I have sent you guys the recording of the previous webinar. If I haven't done so, please make use of the chat to also you can also make use of the Q&A to indicate whether you have received that recording or not. Just let's spend a minute on last week. Just give me some feedback there so that we can learn from that. Hanli or Karen? Okay, let me just allow camera and you should be able to unmute now. That I haven't done this prior to the session. Okay. Just allowing your mic and allowing your camera if you want to make use of it.
Marlene, yes, I can hear. You should be able to hear me now. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi everyone, it's Hanley here. So I've spent I've had the privilege of spending some time outside of the webinars with Marlene as well, taking me through some of the features and functionalities. And I did go through the recording again in the past week or so. I think it's it's actually incredible to think that all of those features sit on a single platform. Because usually when it comes to the loading courses, etc., is usually not a problem for most of the LMSs. But in my experiences with many LMS features is that they're fairly disintegrated. So the moment you hook or you want to plug in some marketing features into that, so like typical CRM, drip mailers, etc., that seems to be very problematic. And what I really love about this platform is everything is in one place. It's literally opening the doors to your office, and everyone you need, is sitting there in some virtual form. And I think that's the impressive part for me, Marlene, because it is, these days, easy does it. And there's lots of competition around, seamless kind of products such as these. And I think this one definitely takes the lead by a long shot in terms of bringing everything together. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how content typically is built and put together. Obviously, one will have to spend time with the system, go through all of the features, a few times. But last week's session was very informative, just understanding that navigation structure, etc. So yeah, great system and a great session, and I'm looking forward to tonight's one.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Hanley. Karen, your input on this? I know we had a meeting. We also came together in the past week, spent some time on particulars. So I will understand if you don't want to share any more at the moment, then. Oh, you can't unmute. Yes, I unmute you. Let me see. You should be able to. I don't know. We've allowed your mic, so you should be able to, when you click on it, enable sound. Can't do that from my side. You need to do it from your side.
Karen, maybe just check on that top horizontal banner, because next to your name, I could also not unmute, but I can unmute on the top, just to the left of the leave button. That mic there should be open.
Not? Okay. Great. All right. Okay. You can also then use the chat function. It's unfortunate maybe there is a delay in the functionality. I have allowed it for you, and the fact that Hanley came through indicates that you need to be able to do that on your side, but it doesn't matter. I think what we will do is make use of the setup. Love the system, especially the affiliate function. Oh, you played a bit with the affiliate function. Yeah, that's fantastic. The fact that you can utilize your trainers, your business associates, your employees, external or internal, permanent or not, to assist with the selling by means of an affiliate marketing system, which is quite powerful. Yes, that's great stuff. Thank you so much for that. I am going to start the demonstration then. So I will be sharing that with you. And then once we are done, I will bring you all back to this space where we can then just open a question and answering session where you are welcome to ask me questions. You can also, in the meantime, dot your questions on your side in the Q&A so that we can look at it when we come back.
Turn off my camera so it's not getting distracted to you. So I have logged in here into a dashboard. This is what it looks like once you log in as an admin within the academy, and we're going to go ahead and create a course under the courses area here and to see what it looks like to create the course. And then of course we will be also seeing what a fully done course looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new course. I can call it maybe a public speaking course. You can also add your cover image here and describe a little bit more about what the course entails. You can customize the course URL, of course. It's already taken. Maybe I could do 777. And then you can select if you want the course to be free or paid. I'm just going to go for a paid one. Of course, if you want this to be private, so you don't want this to be publicly available, you can also select the private option or coming soon. here's where I'm going to choose my course price. So we'll do 200 euros, a discounted price. If you want to add that, of course you can. And then here's where you're going to pick the page template. Basically, this is the course page where people can go into the website and see what the course is all about. They can either register if it's a free course, or they can purchase the course. So I can select the default theme layout, or I can select a specific page that I have already created. I'm just going to go with the default one and finish. So this is how I created my first course. Here I have a few options now. I can either start from scratch. I can start with building with AI, or I can import existing content. So I'm going to go ahead and start building with AI so you can also see that functionality. So I want to build a course about public speaking. I can hone down my prompt and say I want videos, ebooks, and exams. I want 3 sections and 5 activities per section. I can also include the following key topics: um, public speaking beginner, and I can also add a URL maybe from the website. Let's go for the first one that we found. And then also I can select the instructional approach. Could be Kolb's experiential learning theory. The introductory is the level that I want to go for, and the audience is young adults. The tone of voice, it will be empowering, and then you generate basically, and the AI assistant will generate the whole outline of the course for me. Super easy for me to go ahead and just add it. So I can insert, I can regenerate, improve, or suggest a new section. I'm going to go ahead and insert that so you can see what it looks like. And then I can add new activities if I want to. So of course, all different types of multimedia are supported here with videos, PDFs, compiles, audios, all of those different types of files. Of course, the interactive video one is the option where you can import interactivity to your video. So you import a video within LearnWorlds, and then you add different types of interactivity like questions, buttons, transcripts. You can do watermarks if you want, and different table of contents within the video. You can add live sessions. So if you want this to be like a weekly live session, you can add one of those options, the Zoom meeting or the Zoom webinar. If you want to be a standalone masterclass with just a Zoom link, you can just create a new course, call it a masterclass, and then add one of those options here for them to be able to participate into the masterclass. The last 2 options here are for booking a slot. So these have an integration with Calendly. So this is the ideal one for coaching. So if you're doing coaching, you can add this option for people to select a slot from your Calendly link to be able to book you for that time or date of their preference and do the coaching session with you, or multiple coaching sessions. And then the group session is for the same purpose, selecting a slot, but for a group. The social activities will be basically a great way to create engagement within the academy, within your courses, so people can introduce themselves. So this could be one of the activities. Introduce yourself. Save. And I can also make this so it's going to look like that, and people can introduce themselves. You can add the space that you want. So I can go and select the general one, and this is what it's going to look like. I can also customize the look and feel, the pages. I can save that and go back into my course. I can also put this one perhaps at the beginning of my options here. And then I can also select other sections, other social activities as well, like ask questions and discuss, self-reflect. So those are all ideal for creating more engagement within your courses, so people get to talk about your course. The ebook capability is our own authoring tool. So this is brilliant for creating content within LearnWorlds. I can actually go ahead and select one of those. So let's say nervousness is normal. So this is how you can build an ebook within LearnWorlds. Same process. You can either build from scratch, you can import a Word document that you have already created within LearnWorlds, or you can leverage the power of AI. So I'm going to go ahead and add some sections here so you can see how that looks like. I can add a heading and then perhaps some media and text, and then maybe after that a gallery. So that's how it comes together, and maybe a quote at the end. And here I can go ahead and also select the text to utilize with the power of AI. I can sparkles button and select the text, story, learning objectives, so many different options here. You can even create a Socratic dialogue if you want. Explain a process in steps. You can create a joke or a poem. And of course, you can analyze the style, tone of voice. You can change the tone of voice, and you can also translate the text. I'm going to go ahead and create a story. The story is in London. The characters are Marina, and the key options are that she was competing in a public speaking competition. Provide an ending, happy, and let's see what the AI assistant comes with. And then, edit your prompts, change, regenerate, expand, shorten. But I'm going to go ahead and insert the content. So basically, this is how easy I created this particular section of the ebook. I can also go ahead and design it in different ways. I can customize the look and feel of the ebook. So all of those things are supported. I'm going to go ahead and save my ebook. And that's how I created my first ebook. Of course, you have different types of activities you can add as well, like exams, self-assessments. Basically, the exams will always be graded, so people get a grade for creating an assignment, a video assignment, audio assignment. And then the self-assessments will be non-graded, just for them to be able to assess their knowledge or write down some goals, emotions, diaries, reflection journals. So all of those options are supported, and you can also customize them yourself. Those are some of the templates that we have created, but feel free to use your own. To create your own. And then the forms are very similar to Google Forms or Typeforms. Those can be used for course evaluation or instructor evaluation process, pre-event, post-event feedback forms, and so many more here. You can customize them completely to your liking. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and create an exam just for you to see what could potentially look like. Obviously, it's great to add some type of interaction, so exams, self-assessments, whatever fits your needs, but definitely add some interactivity within your courses. So I can go ahead and create some new questions. You have text, option, image, so you can go ahead and create a text option and maybe true or false. I can add maybe some match and ordering, and a short text as well. You can even add a text assignment or a file assignment that people would have to upload a file or record a video of themselves. Let me just go ahead and do that actually. And you can also generate questions with AI Assistant, which is super cool. You have so many options here you can utilize to create amazing exams and self-assessments at your fingerprints. If you have already created a question bank that you want to import, you can do that from an Excel file directly from here. And let me go ahead and save that too and see the preview. So this is basically what my learning path is going to look like once I add all the different activities. So this is the social activity of introducing themselves. Then I have created an ebook very quickly here. And then the exam, obviously I have not created the sections for these items here, but then I also have created the exam, so I can click on ready to start and then go through all of the different questions I have added within my exam. So here on top, as you can see, it's the user progress bar, so I'll be able to see how far I've gone into my course. And under the Learners tab, I can see everyone that is enrolled into this course. I can also show you later on under the fully done course. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you also the course page. So this is a page where people can go and see what the course is all about. Actually, let me just go back into the course page and show you a little bit more here, and then we're going to go into the course pages later. So this is how you're going to be able to build your course, and then you have all of those different sections as part of the course. So if you go under the course settings, this is where you can add your course card, you can add your image, the title of the course, the description, of course the author's name and avatar. You can also select course categories to categorize your courses. So if you have lots of courses, you want to create categories so it's easy for the user to find, but also for you on the back end. You can set course notification emails if that's something you want to do, and you can also select the emails you want to be sent out for this course. And then this is where you can set up the SEO live preview. This is what your course is going to look like on Google, so you can make sure that it looks and has the keywords that you want. Together with the SEO for your course, you can also automatically extract the course SEO for you. So these are the options that you have under the general course settings. Now, if you go under the, I can save this one, yeah. And then under the access is where you can select the access for this course. So again, if you wanted to do it paid, or if you wanted to be a draft for now, coming soon, free course, you can, or private one, so it's not visibly publicly, and you can manually add people in. You have lots of different options here. The public URL is going to be here, so you can copy that URL and send it to whoever needs to know. And then you can also set course expiration date. So you can set it as does not expire, or it maybe expires after 1 year. And then the after purchase navigation is basically where people go after they have purchased this course. So you can select if you want to have a thank you page or a specific URL or the after login page. This is really up to you to select. The next option is the pricing options for my course. You need to determine the pricing for your course, and then you can also offer a discount if you want. So this is what it's going to look like on the enroll button. You can also extend it if you want, the menu. And then here is where you can select and create bundles or coupon codes if you wanted. Basically, a bundle within LearnWorlds is a way to create multiple, to sell multiple courses with a discounted price. So you can go ahead and add several courses here and then sell them for a discounted price if you don't want to sell individual courses. So that's also an option. And then the coupon code will be used for a specific purpose. For example, if you want to offer a VIP access for someone, you can give them 100% discount or 50% discount, and you can make a specific quantity. So you can say only 5 coupon codes for 5 lucky people. All right, so let me just go back into yes, the course that we were creating. So we talked about the pricing, the user progress, and the course player. All of those are different insights, which I'm going to show you in a ready to go course. So I'm going to choose a course. This is a course masters. It's basically an academy that we have with masters across different topics and different expertise to teach you how to use LearnWorlds and how to develop your courses. So these are courses already produced, and I can show you what it looks like. So this is basically the course that has been produced here. The page layout is this, where people can go and see what the course is all about and register through the website. You can customize this page completely by selecting different templates from here, or perhaps from this area. And if you wanted to add a new section in between, you can click on this button and add something else, anything that makes sense. For example, if the course had webinars or live classes, I could perhaps add an event calendar with all the upcoming events and add it within this section. So you don't need any technical skills basically to utilize the website builder. You can just select the templates and customize them. And under this area, you'll be able to manage all the pages that you have created through the website builder. The course settings, yes, we talked about that, and this is what it looks like once it's fully made and customized. The access, and then the user progress is basically here where you can set specific rules per learning activity. So you can say that, for example, a video does not, if I click on that, does not is not considered complete unless you watch 20% of the video, or at least you stay 5 seconds on the learning activity. So you can custom the rules for each one of the learning activities, so you have full control of how an activity is perceived as complete. So you set the rules here. And then under the course player is where you can select the course player skin for your academy. So these are the ones with a menu on the left hand side. These ones have no menu on the left hand side. And then lots of different options for customizing your course player. If you want to show the student progress on the progress bar, if you want to show the course learners, you can do that too, or just completely remove that. Or if you want to show the discuss tab, which I'm going to show you in a minute how that looks like. And then the video library is where you can import all of your videos, and the automations are basically a way to create triggers. So if someone has not logged into the course in 10 days, you have lots of different ones here for course enrollment, learning engagement. So this is a really good one, a very common one that people use when a user hasn't accessed a course for X days, and then you determine the number of days. This could be 10 or 15 days. Then you send them an email reminder to come back in and log in into the academy. So these are incredible automations that will increase the engagement and the completion rates of your courses. Now let's go under the insights, and you can see the dashboard for this particular course. How many users are there, the new users, the active ones, and how much time people spend within that. You can also see the course insights, so you can see how the course is performing, how many enrolled people are within the course, how many actually completed it, the total video duration, success rate. You can see the course enrollments, and you can go back into different dates to search for a specific period in time. Course starts, student progress distribution, and so much more. Course completion rates, of course, you'll be able to see that. And all of that data can also be exported on a CSV or an Excel file, and you can also see the activities metrics, so how the activities within this particular course have been performing. You have very granular data to make informed decisions and to basically decide what do you want to do next. If you want to edit something, if you want to keep it as it is, all of those will be very helpful. The users of this particular course, so everyone that is enrolled under this course, you'll be able to see them here and their progress, certificates, If there were to this course, this particular one doesn't have one, but if there were certificates that people had downloaded, you'll be able to see them here. And then the gradebook is where you'll be able to see the average score for each one of the users. And the pending reviews are for assignments. So you have the ungraded, unreviewed, and the reviewed graded assignments, so for those that have been already reviewed. And then lastly, you have the course forms where you can see and see the responses and a preview of all of them. And this is great for course evaluation, for example, or instructor evaluation. One more thing I didn't share with you before is that, of course, you can add certificates as an activity within your the course. So at the end of the course, you can add a certificate or certificate of completion. Those are fully customized. You can edit them on Canva or Adobe and just import the certificate into LearnWorlds. And then when people complete all the different activities, they will be able to download that on their laptop. You can also embed activities, for example, an external using within your industry that you want to embed it, you'll be able to do that here, or add an external link. You can also drip feed your content, so if you wanted to turn this on and make this available by date, so people go through the content together, you can do that too. You can drip it by date or by days. So basically what that means is that the first module is released on the 1st of May and the second module is released on the 1st of June, or the first week of June and then the second week of June. So you determine when those modules are being released and you'll be able to guide your students accordingly to go through the different content. Now let's go into the course player so you can see what this
friends, it's Mari.
Ready to go course looks like. You have here the learning path of all the different activities, chapter 1, chapter 2, and basically you can watch the video until the end and then move to the next one, which is also another video.
Now then, I have a special formula.
Yeah, so lots of great insights here in terms of social media marketing strategy, but I'm not going to go through to that. I just want to show you like what it looks like to have a fully made, ready to go course. So you can see all the learners here. So everyone that is enrolled under this course, you'll be able to see that if you activate that under the settings of the course. And then also you have the discuss tab where you can ask any questions, so the users can ask any questions to you or you can ask any questions. You can create polls and get people to talk about the topic of the course or get them to discuss further ideas or questions that they may have. So this is a great way to create that space for them to be able to do that. You can also insert emojis, mention members, attach photos directly from your laptop, or attach a file or a video. And then every student will be able to see their own progress. So as you can see, I've done 57% of this particular course. So every student will have visibility on that.
And we're back. Okay, so I would love to hear your thoughts. I think we dropped one person. Let me just see. Okay, in the chat box, let's see what's there. Okay. Colin says this is great, it's so easy. It is. It's extremely user friendly and very, very straightforward. It will take us time, to get used to the various functionalities. I've spent a good 9 months, but together with everything, that I wanted to build. So I've literally studied LearnWorlds while I was building Authentic Life. And so, yeah, obviously, it took us quite a good part of the 9 months, to get to the other side of that. All right. So basically, if you can just, yes, give me some input. Do you have any questions? Let's start there because I lost track from where I was sitting on whether you could actually follow the entire demonstration. Can I just get a thumbs up if that was the case? Okay, great stuff. Okay, that's fantastic. Right, and then any questions that you have on what you've seen there, because the lady she's one of the experts of LearnWorlds, and but her expertise is in the sales and marketing side. You could see the examples that she was bringing forward there. Hanley, you have a question there or input? Yes.
Yes. Do you have sound on me, Marlene? You
Yeah.
can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes.
Question is around IP, right? So you've built all your courses with your wonderful AI assistant now, etc., etc., and then these courses are uploaded. So I'm assuming that, as far as of the LearnWorld security measures, etc., that content is somehow protected. That a person can't just get in there and start downloading copyrighted and IP content, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What I would want to highlight while we're talking about that is, if you're in a situation where you build from scratch directly onto LearnWorlds, that will be your only copy, right? So what I would suggest is that you also do the manual part of the course building, and then when you upload onto LearnWorlds, you at least have that, part, that manual part with you. If I can explain it in a different way. So, for instance, you are using the ebook functionality, that you do have what your story, on PDF or on a Word document as well. So you don't just build it into LearnWorlds as the only copy. This is just me and my loving all sorts of backups. Okay. Not that I don't trust LearnWorlds. Okay, so they are extremely good when they support you during the process. What's also important is that you have access to your profile for as long as you keep it up to date, that you keep it the subscription going. Okay, so and they won't just cut you off, if you're late with a subscription. I mean, that's something that you schedule on an annual calendar if you are intending to pay on an annual basis. If you're looking at the rental agreement through Authentic Life, then I take that responsibility for you, so and together with you, obviously, in an association. So, but yeah, building the material, I would say, look, you are going to upload videos that you make separately from LearnWorlds. You upload it into LearnWorlds. She did not demonstrate the functionality of the video part, when you work with videos. That will be included, I think, in the next webinar, when we will be looking at the library, the video library, and how you manage that part. So yes, it's there. The agreement is with LearnWorlds, where you obviously, together with LearnWorlds, you both take responsibility that that your stuff doesn't disappear. Okay, so so that's the important component of that. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Mayuri, let me just help you with allowing your mic. And your camera. Come in. Now mic. And now camera. All right, so you can also take part.
Thank
If you
you.
have any questions.
Thank you, Marlene. I appreciate it. I just want to say thank you for the session. It has been very informative for me. I came into the session hoping to learn a trick or two about how to build a course. And I'm leaving at the end of it feeling very comfortable and confident in that I could probably set up a couple courses with ease. So thank you for that. And thank you for the session. It has been very informative for me. I also I was paying very careful attention to the question raised just before I could speak on the a backup of the course content, and that too was very helpful. So I was also thinking about that, and I'm glad we have some clarity on that. So thank you.
Right, excellent. Okay, wonderful. All right. Are there any other questions? Nothing else. We're a very small group, but you guys are the ones attending tonight's webinar. There are others that could not make it, and they are relying on the recording. So that's part of it. Okay, fantastic. All right. So I'm going. Yes, Gar. Check for correctness. I'm referring to Arabic. Check for translation of courses. I'm referring. Oh, okay, all right. Could you manage to find the language on Wiki? It is included. Fantastic. Okay, all right. So that's an integration. This is one of the questions that came up in the previous webinar, where the integration is with Weblog, that you sign into LearnWorlds. So you integrate with LearnWorlds. So you need to have a license with Weblog, and that basically activates when you do your webinar, your website. It activates the language that you want to make available out there, especially if your business is across the globe and you are also earning, from other countries, other languages. That's also very important. Okay. Yes, see Corin's still typing there. Can they do subject-specific translations? Now, that is something that we can test on the AI within LearnWorlds. Now, the AI that you select, you've got a choice of the LearnWorlds AI versus OpenAI and the integration of that. So the one is already integrated, like you've seen with this course creator. The other one is then OpenAI with your ChatGPT. Now, my experience with using ChatGPT for course creation is I could literally give it, any language that I could think of that, to do that translation. And that is what I would suggest if you want to play outside of LearnWorlds a bit. Test the abilities of ChatGPT and the language abilities there versus the language abilities of the AI inside LearnWorlds as such. As you are building the course, I would say have that, like I said earlier, have your backup ready in your Word document where you build your course there, and then you will transfer that content to the ebook inside LearnWorlds, or just purely convert it to PDF and upload a PDF document into the activity space that you are creating. So you can do it in any language for that matter. I would also want to play around with Weblog on that translation as you go. Especially, when you are making courses available in various languages. What you could do, and I think this is some of the more advanced training that's waiting at a later stage, once you are, a LearnWorlds subscriber and you are busy with their courses, is to design courses language specific so that you can allow your user to make a selection during the sales process, which of the courses they would want, or which of the languages they would want that courses to be released in, and then hook them up. You've seen the demonstration where she indicated the URL of the course. Now that URL is very specific to the course that you are creating. So that's your code that you use to sell, right? And if you are selling a course in Arabic language, then the URL will point that. It will bring the person in connection with that particular, or in contact with that particular course. So yeah, I mean, you can play around with it. I haven't been wild with too many languages. I've tested here and there, and then I mean, in today's workspace, it's absolutely fantastic. If you do my first test was to do a full blast Afrikaans meeting, like pure Afrikaans meeting, and have one of my, it was Teams Maestro that I was using as an AI meeting assistant. And he came back with very, very beautiful notes that he made in Afrikaans, so, and I could translate that, later on. So it depends. Is the language available? If the language is available, anything can be done. That's where we are. I mean, that's fantastic that we are there today. It's really, really fantastic. I must, yes, honey.
Marlene, I'm sure it is available on the system, but I just want to check. So if I have a set of courses, right, but I have some prerequisite settings, in other words, I want people to do number 1 before they can access number 2 and number 3, etc. I can set it up like that, right? Okay.
Yeah. What you've seen now with the demonstration is the drip feed, where you can switch on the drip feed, where you release parts of the course, on specific days, or say for instance you are running a 7-week program, and every week there's a new part of the program. You can literally count it, by weeks as well, or by days. In so many days, the next part will be released, or by a specific date. So it depends on whether you run that program, 2, 3, 4 times a year. You don't want to come back and change dates all the time. You can literally then just give it a countdown. And then regardless of when you're running that program, it will count the amount of days from the date that the user has been activated, and accepted for the course, or enrolled or registered for the course.
Okay, great stuff.